the mad thing, maybe the reaper, maybe the shooter, maybe the keeper, maybe a psycho, maybe a leaper.
A 12-week anniversary of the girls, okay? We got through the hard part, and that was honestly quite hellish. We're going to take a look at some clips, but we're back, and we did it. And it's time for me to go through all of the information that you girls are dying to have, all the information on these little girls, big girls, shall I say, and at the end, we're going to do a question time. So let's go and look at some clips and how it's been throughout the journey. This is literally day 3 of straight hair, but I'm about to show you the boobies, okay? The boobies are on week 3, end of week 3. They're looking good. So I'm going to show you. Everyone buckle in. Don't be alarmed. Voila. This is what they're looking like. I think, to be honest with you, I'm really happy. I'm so happy with the size. I was going through like a range of emotions where I was like, wish I'd gone bigger, wish I'd gone bigger. But actually, I think that this is perfect for my frame. If anything, it's quite big. There's something called boob dysmorphia. Like, I genuinely was like, oh my God, I should have gone bigger. Like, I regret not going bigger. And then I'm looking in the mirror, I'm thinking they're huge still. But anyway, the way that they're dropping, they are finally evening out. They are still very high up, but I'm going to show you in the mirror, like, compared to my body proportions. So this is what they're looking like. I think that it's just going to be perfect, like, in a bikini, but obviously this one is yet to drop more, but they are dropping every day. Like, I think if you were to look back at the old videos, which I'll clip here, they were a little bit higher on my chest, like ever so slightly. So they're just shifting down, down, down. But I actually really like them. And I think with my blonde hair, I look kind of crazy. I look like a different person. If you're thinking about that boob job, do it. But don't get boob dysmorphia and think, I need to go bigger. Do what the surgeon says, because I think she's fit my frame really nicely. Like, if I went any bigger, I'd look out of proportion. That's not what you want. That's not what you want. Welcome to my 6-week update. This is the first time I've worn a bikini. I think that I'm going to be so real with you. One is definitely sitting higher than the other one. This one is sitting higher. But overall, they're a really nice shape and I'm really happy with them. This is the side view. Front, other side. As you can see, this one is still higher than this one from the side. Yeah, but that will drop, so. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so today it is the 8th of January, Thursday the 8th of January. That puts us at exactly 9 weeks, right? I had it on the 6th of November. So let's just talk about it. So I'm going to do the grand reveal. I'm in a brassiere, of course. Now, for the last 3.5 weeks, okay, I shit you not, I have been wearing my bra, this bra strap, because this, okay, reveal. Right, they look very good, very even. The bra straps are completely even now, but for the last 3.5 months, I have had to wear it like this. Do you know why? Because this one dropped way quicker than this one, right? So, story goes, it's not going to mold it back up, but it's going to slow this one from dropping any more so this one can catch up, if that makes sense. It's been a bit of a nightmare. I've been looking at myself in the mirror thinking, this is probably my biggest regret yet. It has been just a whirlwind, to be honest. And I kept saying to Mr. G, like, if I was to do this again, I wouldn't do this again. But now I'm looking at them, I'm like, yeah, I would do this again. Also, for everyone who wants to know, like, how hard they are, they're pretty squidgy. Like, they move, for sure. But they're pretty squidgy, they're pretty even. This bra is Victoria's Secret. It is we're sitting in at a 32D. I don't think that they're gonna get any smaller. I hope not. I love them. No, I hope they're not gonna get any smaller because I think the swelling's gone down now. But when the bra is off, they are even, way more even than they were. But this one still sits tad lower. So I'm having to wear a bra day and night, by the way, for the next 2 weeks. And I know some people are gonna be like, what? But this is Linda's instructions. I'm listening to her. I'm just gonna take it for gospel. But I'm very happy. This is my side view. I haven't shaved my armpits, so like, just ignore that. But I'm really happy. So this is 9 weeks, guys. 9 weeks. I would love to take it off and show you guys, but unfortunately I think I'd get banned. So, hey queens, I've missed you. We're on week 10. The face looking progressively worse. The boobies looking progressively better. Right, let's talk about it. So, they have finally settled a little bit. This is it with just the bra. I think that they're a really nice shape, to be honest with you. Like without the bra, they sit really nicely. I can't take off the bra because I'm still in that stage till 12 weeks. But this is them from the front. This bit looks a little uneven. From the front, from the side, from the other side. They don't look like they move, but like they do move. They're just a little stiff. But this is 10 weeks post-op. I will check back with you in 12. Right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of it and everything that you guys want to know. So I was inundated with questions on my Instagram, but I've taken the time to fine-tune and basically answer every single one. And the ones I think you guys will find the most important, okay? Let's lock in. Right, let's go through the question on everybody's mind. Who was my surgeon? Where did I go? And what did I get? So, my surgeon was Dr. Linda Frumara. I think I'm saying it right. I'll link her Instagram here. Now, this was not a promo deal. I paid for everything myself, okay? And the price of it was 9K. It's not cheap, but I do think you pay for what you get. And I did my deep research on this woman. I looked at every single result. I didn't just look at the results on her page, which are immediately after, 3 weeks after, a year after. I looked at the girls who had had it done, tagged her, and looked how they look now, years on. And do you know what? I was happy with it. I feel like what the result that I was looking for was very natural, but big, full. What I actually used to be, and believe it or not, I used to be a 32 double D. I was also a lot bigger, but I really missed my boobs, and that was the main reason for me getting them done. I lost loads of weight, and I just wasn't happy with them. And we'll get to that with like weight loss and how they looked. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I do think that it was something I needed to have done. I wanted to have done, and I did it, but you have to do your research. I'm not saying that she will be the perfect doctor for you, but I needed to know that the results in years to come would be what I wanted, not just right now. And right now it is what I want and it's perfect, but I need to know that it lasts. The reason why it lasts is because it's a technique called dual plane. Now, people always say, did you go under or over the muscle? Did you know there's an in-between? It's called dual plane, where the top half of the implant goes under the pectoral muscle and the bottom half goes under, I think it's the breast gland. And so it's like half on, half up. So the natural bottom pole looks a lot softer as it drops, and the top half is always gonna stay firm and lovely, and you know, you have that shape. I didn't know this was even a procedure, if I'm being completely honest, but it's all that Dr. Frumara does. Frumara? Anyway, that's what she specializes in, so I knew this was the woman for me. The price, like I said, was 9K. I do think, like I said, you pay for what you get, but it is a little bit on the extortionate side, I know. But I think I saved for a really long time. It's something that I knew that I wanted to have done. It wasn't just like I wake up one day, I want to have my boobs done. I did a lot of thought into this. I did a lot of research, and I thought this is definitely something which I can see myself being happy with. So I got it done. And the clinic is in Harley Street. Let's talk about the size. I got 300cc. Now, I'm gonna insert some images. This is what 200 looked like on me. I know, quite small. This is what 250 looked like on me. Again, I'd say quite small, not what I wanted. This is what 300 looked like on me, and I thought, that's way too big. That is extremely huge and looks ridiculous on my frame, right? The size of the CC is dependent to your frame. My 300cc isn't gonna look the same on your frame. It could look different on anybody's frame. It's just how we're built, and also the way that the boobs fall in the middle with the cleavage, right? That's due to your like anatomy, your chest anatomy. So the way that my cleavage falls, it could look different on yours. It could look farther apart, it could look closer together. It's honestly dependent to you, but Dr. Linda made sure to go through and educate me about that first. So I knew, okay, if I want a deeper cleavage, I'm gonna have to go for a bigger implant, which was fine. I actually agreed on my first consultation to get 250. And I remember being like on TikTok, what shall I do? And everyone was like, go bigger, go bigger, go bigger. And everyone in my family was like, don't go bigger. Like, it's not gonna suit your frame, blah, blah, blah. On the day of the surgery, I showed her a picture, right? And I said, this is what I want. Like, this is exactly what I want. And it was a picture of my old boobs, the way they fell like that. And she said, well, then we're gonna have to go for the bigger implant. And I thought, you know what? I trust a doctor who's been in this profession for like over 20 years, over my family who doesn't know anything. I'm just gonna go for it. So I went for the bigger size, and I have absolutely no regrets. I think at first when I came out of surgery, I was like, they're massive. I'm worried, I'm concerned. But it's all about them dropping and fluffing, and we'll get into that. So I was really happy with the 300cc dual plane with Dr. Linda in Harley Street for 9K. That's the bulk of what you guys want to know. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty questions, because there are some good ones. So this question says, I'm desperate to get mine done after losing weight, but I'm worried I'm going to regret it. So like I said, we were going to circle back, we were going to touch on this. Now, I lost a lot of weight, therefore lost my boobs. I didn't actually lose the elasticity, so they didn't sag. They just became a lot smaller, right? I think I'm quite lucky in that aspect, because if I did lose the elasticity, I would have had to have a breast lift. So you need to sort of like, okay, I've lost weight. The doctor will tell you like what you're going to need to do basically, but I didn't. I just had implants. I would say it's the best decision I've ever made. I didn't necessarily want to put on more weight. I was quite happy with how my body was. And I knew that, oh, okay, if I put on weight, then my boobs are going to get bigger. But I didn't want to do that. So I knew that this was kind of like a good in between. I'd say that I feel really comfortable in my body. I don't regret it, but I did regret it in the process. The process was definitely grueling, and you're going to have a lot of body dysmorphia, which isn't easy. But I remember, like I said, I came out of surgery and I was like, damn, they're huge. Damn, they're huge. And I literally said, this is exactly what I sort of wasn't going to go for, the big fake stuck on look. Don't panic. They will look better. Okay. We'll touch on that, but they will look a lot more natural. But I think the regret, the only place which I had regret was during the process. That was the only part where I had regret. Now I'm at the 12-week mark, and it's funny because Dr. Linda literally said, like, don't look at your results until they're 12 weeks. Like, don't judge what you're seeing at 8 weeks, at 6 weeks, at 4 weeks. It's not going to be your result. 12 weeks. Between 12 weeks and 6 months is going to be your final result. But it was a very trust in the process situation, because one boob, this boob was so much bigger and so much lower, okay? And no one wants to talk about it because the influencers are going to say, oh yeah, like I got my boobs down there, perfect. No, let me tell you, this boob was down here, okay, for a good 8 weeks. And I'm talking like, I'm looking at Mr. G, okay? One's here and one's here. And he's looking at me saying, you know, they are a little uneven. And I'm ChatGPT every day, to the point where ChatGPT is telling me, stop sending me pictures of your boobs, please. It's getting a little much. And all it said to me, and Dr. Linda said this to me as well, one is always going to drop before the other one. It doesn't happen in everyone, but the majority of people, it does happen. So don't stress. Don't worry, it's the anatomy of your body. The other one will drop. I was so worried that it's going to be so high up and so low down. No, they evened out. They actually did even out quicker than I thought they were going to be, because it was literally the 10-week mark and they got better, and I thought, thank God. Dr. Linda did actually tell me, now don't use this as gospel, but I'm telling you what she told me. She said, wear a wide bra, but have this strap on the absolute tightest that you can, and this one loose, because this one has already dropped. We don't want it to drop anymore, and this one is slowly going to drop. So eventually they'll be the exact same height, which now they are the exact same height. I think this one's still a little bit tighter, but anyway, the anatomy of your body, have trust in it. You will not regret anything. You probably will look at your body changing through the process and panic, yeah, but you're not going to regret anything. What are some of the essentials you need for straight after surgery that you wish you knew? Well, lucky for you guys, I've made a whole LTK list. So we're going to go through some of my top ones. Number one, pregnancy pillow. You're going to need this, okay? And it will be linked to my LTK down below so you can shop all of it. A pregnancy pillow. It is absolutely mandatory. You are going to need it so it basically keeps you upright like this, but also tucked in, because you don't want to roll because it will affect your results. You literally just need to be like cocooned in, and that does that perfectly. Probiotics. After surgery, you're going to be put on antibiotics, and trust me when I tell you, they will give you thrush. Probiotics help. It basically balances it out, and it's putting in the stuff that your gut is, I don't know, getting rid of, I guess. Anyway, I don't know. Another one is Hibby Wash. Now, Hibby Wash is an antibacterial wash that you can wash your body with, and it just helps your scars not get infected. I think a lot of people overlook that, and you might go straight in with your scented. It's not going to help, it's going to irritate your scars. Saying that, I wasn't allowed to shower for 4 weeks, and I'm aware that that is unheard of. But I'm happy with my results, and the scars are almost non-existent. So that's obviously done something. The next one is the Lipoelastic PI bra. That is the surgery bra. I'm sure that you're going to get given them, but if you do want a comfy one that you know is just as much support, that's a really good brand. The next one is Cool Packs. These you change every 2 to 3 hours after surgery, and I'm talking immediately after. It was a lot, the pain is a lot, and as the pain medication starts to wear off and you're on your own on the days following, you're gonna want that to numb your chest, basically. Don't put it on your direct skin, you put it on your breast band and you just swap them over, and that helps with a lot of the pain. It honestly, I cannot imagine doing it without that, because at first I was like, oh, I don't need them. I did need them. I highly recommend them. Okay, the next one is pajamas, but specifically button-up pajamas. Like I said, I wasn't allowed to shower, so I was changing my clothes all the time. You don't want to be lifting your arms any more than here for the first, I don't know, I'm going to say 2 weeks. Like, you can't lift them. Your body is recovering from major surgery. Make your life easier. Do the whole button-up shirts, anything you can, zip-up hoodies. That is going to be your saving grace, because trust me, I didn't really think of that, and I was like, oh, I've got loads of vests. Like, vests will be tight. Vests will keep me in. No, I've got to put it over my head. It's not ideal. So the next one is arnica tablets. I loved arnica tablets. I took them straight after surgery. Don't take them before, okay? Take them straight after surgery for the days following, and your bruising will be very minimal. I bruise very easily, and surprisingly, even Dr. Linda said your bruising was almost minimal, and I'm convinced it's because of the arnica tablets. So there's some of the essentials which I wish that I knew that I had. Oh, one more. Lactolose. Yeah, I'm sure some of you seen my saga on TikTok of me literally not being able to poo for a whole week. Longer. Pretty sure I threw up poo at one point. Anyway, take it. When you are on cocodamol, which has codeine in it, it backs you up. It's going to really affect you in ways I didn't even realize it could. I tried everything. Lactolose is the best thing. If you need to go to the toilet, you take a little shot of it. Half an hour later, you're good to go. Use it sparingly, because it works. The next question, I like this one. Does Mr. G like them, and what did he say when you suggested getting a boob job? Now, I have a king. He is very loving, and he loves me which way I am, basically, because he knew me with boobs, knew me without boobs, and knows me with boobs again, right? It's been a whole roller coaster for this boy. I suggested it, and immediately, I think like any other boyfriend's reaction, if they really love you, they're gonna be like, no. Purely, not because of how different you're gonna look, purely because of the safety of a surgery. It's, you know, you put under anesthesia, it's a major surgery, and it's also daunting for them thinking of you like in pain, right? He said to me, you know, I think you're beautiful how you are. I don't think that you need them done. But I know that it's something that I wanted done. So he understood me on a level of like, okay, it's something I want to change. I've saved up for it. She's making the necessary like things to do the proper research. If she's gonna do it, I'm gonna back her and help her, basically. I would say that he was, yeah, just against it at first, and then as soon as he realized like, okay, she's actually gonna go through with it, he was on board. Now, it's funny because I think Mr. G's reaction when I first got them done was like, I said to him, I definitely don't want big, fake, stuck-on boobs. And it is so important to remember that when you come out of surgery, they are gonna look big, they are gonna look fake, and they are gonna look very stuck on. So I'm like, I didn't see my boobs until 4 weeks. And as soon as I got the 4-week mark, I took a photo and I thought, I can't send it to him. Because he was in Ibiza and I was here. I was like, I can't send that to him. Like, he's gonna be like, ah. Anyway, I sent it to him and he was like, okay. Like, he wasn't trying to make me panic, but I could tell. I knew what he was thinking because it was what I was thinking. Just have a little bit of trust in the process. He now loves them, you know? But we did have to get through the stage of one being extremely low, me crying all the time, panicking, you know, health anxieties to all different levels. Like, he had to deal with that. So ladies, if you are going to get it done, make sure that you're nice to your boyfriends, because this boy was put through hell in my process, and essentially they're just worried for you. So that's an important thing to remember. But yeah, he wasn't so keen on me getting them done, and now he's super happy. So yeah, if your boyfriend's trying to stop you from getting boobies, just book it and they'll support you. Just keep their emotions in mind, because I know that they're just worried. That's the bottom line of it. Things you wish you knew in the healing process. Don't check your boobies. Don't keep checking them. Don't get obsessed like I was and take photos, because guess what? Your body isn't going to change in a day. It takes weeks. And that's why I've taken the time to do the 12-week update, because this is when they look most different to how they first were. And you guys saw them when they first were done. They were very, you know, and I wish I could kind of show you like this, how they sit. And this area looks like very like fake. It's actually very soft and very bouncy. And if I go like this, they kind of move, like they're getting there. Anyway, over the next year, they're going to soften even more, even though I'm quite happy with them like this. They're going to soften even more, and you're going to get to a point where they look and feel more natural. Because one of the questions, we'll go to the next one, when do they start to feel softer and look more natural? Like I said, it's going to be 12 weeks onwards, because before then, it's scary. It's very scary.
But I would say for sure from this point onwards, they're only going to look more and more natural. And as they sit in the lower pole, the cleavage becomes more natural, and that, you know, it's happy days. But it's going to take a minute, of course. It's not going to happen overnight. What was the weight gain like after surgery from the lack of exercise? Change of clothes fitting? How did you cope? How did I cope? Not great, to be honest. I knew that I was going to be out the gym for 3 months. That was a non-negotiable from Linda. Like, absolutely no weightlifting, absolutely no pressure on your chest. That was a non-negotiable, right? But I also knew that I had to fuel my body. You don't calorie cut. You fuel your body because you need it to heal. You need the nutrition to heal, right? So I was worried about the weight gain, for sure. I'm going to keep it so real with you guys here. But actually, I didn't gain weight. Do you know what it is? I exercise a lot, and I did beforehand. So I think my metabolism was naturally a lot faster. So actually, when I'm eating lots, and you have to eat lots, and you have to fuel your body with the right things. Don't be sat there in McDonald's. That's gonna cause you to gain weight. But if you do sit there and you fill yourself with like all the good stuff, all the veg, all the fruit, all the broths, because the broths are something I definitely ate a lot because it's good for like I don't know, scar tissue and like all of that kind of stuff. I don't know, I did my research kind of. But I was worried about the weight gain, yes. But you're not going to gain a massive amount of weight in 3 months. You're not. You also just have to remember not to eat super unhealthy, but it wasn't anything that I needed to worry about. Like, I had bigger fish to fry. Like the pain and, you know, just trying to resume back to my normal life in terms of just getting dressed, having a shower. That was the whole thing. You're not going to be worried about weight gain. And for the gym girlies, obviously every surgeon is different, okay? I heard that some surgeons don't mind if you go back to the gym at 6 weeks, at 8 weeks, but I can confidently tell you at 11 weeks is when all my pain went. Like sometimes if I would lay on my side like this, I'd get a shooting pain. Or if I lifted my arms too long, I'd get pains. And I know for a fact that if I'm in the gym and I'm doing all of that, it's only going to make it worse, and it's only going to delay your healing process. I found it really difficult not going to the gym. And like, for example, when I was in Dubai, I'm going to keep it real, I was on the treadmill doing a light walk, because essentially you're going to be walking in real life. So like, I didn't do anything which was completely out the ordinary. I wasn't running, I wasn't weightlifting. I was just doing very light cardio. But 12 weeks is when now I can go back to the gym and I can weightlift. I don't weightlift on my upper half anyway, but I can, you underestimate how much you use your core when you like, you know, and that also tenses your chest muscles. Definitely wait till 12 weeks. Whether your surgeon says it's fine at 6 to 8, it's all about how you actually feel. If you don't feel any pain whatsoever, then I'd say, yeah, cool. But Linda said 12 weeks to me. At 12 weeks, it was literally the time when my brain was like, ding, I have no pain. This is amazing. So that's when I went back. But be kind to yourselves and don't rush, okay? This question sits with me heavy. Do you have any body dysmorphia with your body now? Do you feel like it's still your own body? Let me tell you, the first time I had a shower at 4 weeks, I had imposter syndrome. I felt like I was washing a blow-up doll, and it was not enjoyable. And I cried, actually, because I just felt like, what the hell have I done? And maybe not every influencer will feel like this, so you probably might not hear it, but I'm going to keep it so real with you guys. I'm washing myself and I'm like, I didn't like the feel. It felt foreign. The bottom half of my boob was basically numb for a very long time. So for me, it was just like, just didn't feel like me. I was also so worried, like looking at my body in the mirror, they are so high up and so perky, and the rest of my body's like ripped, and it just looked scary. So yes, I had massive amount of body dysmorphia. The amount of tears that Mr. G had to see, crazy. Not only that, you have bloat from surgery. Like, you have the surgery bloat. My skin was horrific, okay? So if we're talking about skin dysmorphia, body dysmorphia, it's all gonna happen after surgery. You have to prepare yourselves for this, because I thought, oh, I just have brand new tits, I feel amazing. No, be kind to yourselves. The bloat from the belly is gonna take, I mean, mine went down at like 2 months, but it did take a while, okay? My skin, your skin is purging from the anesthesia. I didn't think that that was a thing, but it is. A lot of girls have gone through it. So just, you know, I don't even think there's anything that you can really do to help. You're not being unhygienic. You are literally just, your body is healing, and you have to give yourself some grace. You've got to give yourself a grace period, and thank God I gave myself a grace period of 3 months, because now I feel like, okay, I can finally get back to myself again. And I was like in hibernation. I know I film myself every day, but I feel like it's a safe place. If I was actually to go to an event and I got bad skin and a bloat, you know, it's not going to feel good. But I would say that the body dysmorphia started to even out at a good 8 weeks. When did you go for your first bra measurements for your new boobs? Do not go for a measurement before 12 weeks, okay? I had to wear a wired bra. Again, Linda's instructions, I know, quite strange, but they've sat nice, so it could be that. I was instructed to get a bra. The bra that I wore then was a 32C. I am not a 32C now, I'm a 32 double D. The way that they drop and they fluff, which means they get a little bit softer, whatever, means that they get bigger. Just bear that in mind, because all of the bras that I bought then, I cannot wear, they're too small. It's also not an issue I'm mad about, to be honest. But bra shopping is fun. Just definitely give yourself like at least 3 months before you buy your first one and get measured, because they are going to change. Like, think about how they first looked after surgery. Mine were like this. How long would you advise to take off work? Boy, if you have a job which involves your arms and you're going to be lifting, or you're going to be carrying, whether it be with children or helping the elderly, or I don't know, you're a chef and you're doing big cauldrons, I don't know. I'm going to personally say at least a month, because the way I thought I was going to bounce back at 2 weeks, boy. I say that, but I did travel at 2 weeks back to Ibiza, and I was carrying a suitcase, but I did get someone to lift it off the conveyor belt. It was literally just me getting on a plane. So no, I would say a good month. I obviously am aware that not everyone can take off that time, but I would definitely say minimum 3 weeks. Like, your body is recovering. Give yourself time. But in an ideal world, you're back to normal at 3 months. Why did you get them done? I got them done for confidence, because I feel like since I lost my boobs, I became quite, not unconfident, but I felt like I lost a part of my feminine energy. And I'm not by any means saying that boobs make you feminine, but how I used to feel feminine in my body when I had boobs, I felt like that was missing. So I just wanted to get that back. Has it affected my confidence now? How am I feeling? I feel great. I feel like clothes look nicer. I've filled out a little bit more. Saying that though, yeah, the smaller booby girls, I also miss some of the outfits that I could have worn without being looked at like I'm, I don't know, like a Playboy Mansion model or something, because some of the stares I get, I just think, grow up, to be honest. Just because I have a pair of boobs doesn't give you the right to stare me out in a supermarket. Like, it actually doesn't. But I do miss my old chest and having outfits look so elegant, because I feel like I've lost that aspect a little bit now, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel like the way a top would fall when I had no boobs looks very different now. I love both, but I feel like it's also like very like Mediterranean, like very like boho to like go braless. Whereas right now, I've been told I have to wear a bra for the next year, day and night. Again, I know, probably unheard of for you guys, but I'm gonna listen to Linda's instructions, because they've got me this far. I didn't come this far to come this far. So we're gonna keep going with that. But yeah, I would say that my confidence definitely got better, and I'm very happy about it, to be honest. I'll also insert a video, I'm sure you guys have seen it, of me in the blue dress, of the way they, because you're not going to be able to see the underneath. So I'll insert that video and you can see the underneath of how they fall. Again, very natural. I would say that if I went any bigger, they might look crazy. What did you use for your scars? They look seamless. Thank you, first of all. I'm going to show you. I use this. It is called Shield Recovery Balm by IS Clinical. Okay, my laser lady introduced it to me when I had my gallbladder out, okay, and my scars are non-existent now. Linda did give me an ointment to use. Apparently that's really good. I haven't been using that. I've been using this because I know that it works on my olive skin tone. It would work on any skin tone, but I mean, that particular product has worked really well on me. I use it day and night, just after I have a shower, just rub it in. It's no biggie. You obviously start doing this when your incisions are closed and scabbed over, like the no scabs, just the white bit. You start doing it then. I'm going to do it for the foreseeable future. Thank you for saying they're seamless. They are actually different heights, the scars. So this scar is sat slightly up. It's not quite on the crease. And this one is sat in the crease. Now I was panicking and I was like, that's definitely not right. But remember, this boob dropped first. So the way that it needs to now get more into the lower pole, and like basically, if I do that, almost pops it out, but it needs to sit more in the crease. And that happens over time. Like, I'm messaging Linda like, what the hell? And she's like, no, that's fine. That's normal. So all the things you think are not normal, like one boob dropping before, swelling unnecessarily. I remember I used to touch my chest like this and I used to go squelch, squelch, squelch. That's fluid in your chest. Everything that you'll panic about, don't panic. Use this video to not panic. I think if I had something like this to look at after surgery or even before, I would have been in a calmer position for sure. But here I am. I hope to God I answered all your questions, and I'm so grateful for every single one of you joining me on the booby journey. It has been a whirlwind. But if you're thinking about having them done, remember you're perfect and you don't actually need them done. But if it's something that you really want and you desire, then go for it, because I don't regret it at all. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being on this journey. I love you all.